Good evening. I want to recognize everybody tonight. I've got a little speech here. It's got a couple parts in it that are a little hard for me. I have read it over and over in the hopes that I won't break down in the ball tonight, but if I do, I promise I really am a manly man. So again, thank you. Thank you for coming out to celebrate our most successful Wingapalooza yet. My name is Nathan Poston. I have been a member of the Springfield Sertoma Club for 6 years now. I have served on the board of directors or been an officer, I think, for 6 years now. And for the last 2, I've been the senior Winga chair. And it takes a massive group effort to put that together, and you know, only a portion of the guys that actually helped out are here tonight. But Rob and Aaron, and thank you, you guys really stepped it up and knocked it out of the park this year. I appreciate it. You know, I can say that being a member of this club has definitely been some of the most rewarding years of my life. You find yourself consistently surrounded by men and women that go above and beyond to make our community just a little bit better. But we can't do that alone. We have to have great partners in the community that will help us carry out our mission. And we're glad to have some of them here tonight, and we'd like to recognize you now. On this table over by the windows over here, you'll find a little token of our appreciation. It's very modest, but we hope you accept it in the spirit it was given. I'm going to call you up by group, if you would. Just when I call your name, stand up and let us thank you for what you've done. My bronze sponsors this year, it's several of them. Best Refrigeration, Big Time Results, Below Salon, BJ's Trophy, Empire Bank, First National Bank, Highland Dairy, Jones Photography, Liberty Bank, Ozark Fundraising, Today's Blinds, and Two Hides. Any of them here? I know Ozarks. There's Travis. Anybody? Thank you. My silver this year, 417 Pet Setting, Great Southern Bank, good job. The Quinta Inn and Suites, Mediacom, Inform Architecture, PCNet, Sensory Integration, and Youth of the Ozarks Thrift Store. Any of you guys here tonight? Yeah. My gold, Advertising Plus, Chase Bank, Guildmasters, Lamar, Metropolitan Bank, Redbox, Springfield Music, and SRC. Where are my golds at? My diamond sponsors this year. We just, you know, sometimes it's hard to thank people enough for what they actually do, but for my diamond this year, Glaziers, Hy-Vee, Premium Beverage, Rapid Roberts, Roma, and my media sponsors, KOLR, KOZL, and Midwest Family. Thank you. Yeah. And of course, this isn't possible without our presenting sponsor this year, Youngblood Automotive stepped up and just hit it out of the park. John's going to come up here in a little bit and to show you just how far out of the park they hit it. So appreciate that. You kind of go through that list and you start getting the idea. That's a lot of sponsors. That's a lot of diamonds. That's a lot of everybody. This was an absolute record year for sponsorship. We did $30,000, over $30,000 in cash sponsorships and thousands more in in-kind. So thank all of you. It's truly humbling to see that amount of money. Of course, we don't keep the money. We multiply your support by investing in community events. And this year we were able to use your financial and material support to break another record for the most money we've ever raised at a Wingapalooza. Almost $70,000. Oh. We work hard to be good stewards of your money and to ensure that it gets to the organizations that need it the most. And we want to create events where you receive a true demonstrative ROI for your business. This year we had over 4,200 people in attendance. We've got almost 2,500 Facebook fans. We have posters all over town. We got billboards throughout the area, and we have radio and television spots. We want to ensure that you get the recognition that you deserve for what you've given to us. And we do that because we believe that when business and not-for-profits work together, that we can truly make a difference. We can affect the lives of people when we come together to do the things like we do for Wingapalooza. And of course, I guess at the end of the day, that's the point, right? Because beyond the recognition and the ROI, we're about kids. We're about helping the youth. Before joining the Springfield-Sertoma Club, I was a long-time attendee of Chili Cook-Off and Wingapalooza. Several years ago, I was at one of the chili events, and I thought, I ought to join this. I'm having a pretty good time. I could volunteer a few hours, and then I get in the event for free. And they do throw a little money at the kids too, so hey, why not? I'll sign up, right? And so I did. I went and I joined. Well, every Thursday, the members of this club, we get together and we have a little lunch, and generally we have a guest speaker that comes and talks to us from one of the different not-for-profits or a government organization or somebody. One particular Thursday, we had a representative from the tooth truck. She came and she told this story, and from that moment on, I was devoted to the mission of Springfield-Sertoma. Now, if you're not familiar with the tooth truck, by the way, it's a mobile dentist office that runs around town to the local schools and the Boys and Girls Club. And dentists and dental hygienists volunteer their time, and they give treatments, dental treatments to kids that wouldn't otherwise get that. And the lady that spoke that day, her story was pretty moving. She talked about this young girl, 12 or 13. The school nurse and the teachers had been watching her pretty closely for a while because they had seen her losing weight, and they thought she was anorexic. She had a rough home life, and they thought this might be her way of punishing herself or coping with the problem, or maybe it was just a body image issue. Whatever it was, her weight loss was drawing concern. So the tooth truck came one day on one of its regular scheduled stops, and the nurse had recommended her to go see the dentist. So she goes for the dentist, and the dentist finds that she's in real bad shape. This girl wasn't anorexic, she was in pain. Her teeth hurt so badly that she was starving herself to avoid the pain of eating. Her family had largely ignored her. They didn't have insurance and just seemed oblivious to what was going on in this girl's life. But caring people and organizations stepped up and rescued that girl. The teachers and the school nurse that noticed the problem, the dentist and the dental hygienist that volunteered their time, and the sponsors and donors that support the mission of the tooth truck saved that girl. You know, that's just one case among the many, but that's why Springfield-Sertoma exists, so that we can provide support to those organizations that do the heavy lifting. Great organizations step up every day to help those kids that fall through the cracks. And perhaps no organization has done more for the kids in this community than the Boys and Girls Club of Springfield. With that, you know, we're fortunate to not only support their cause, but to actually have several of their employees that are also members of our club. It's awesome to have you. You hear some of the stories that they tell, and it's inspiring. For 75 years, they've been on the front line serving our community youth. For 75 years, they gave them a safe place to go. They've made sure that their needs are met. They've educated them. They've mentored them. They've just been there to care for them. And for 13 years, this event, Wingapalooza, has been raising money to send kids to camp. And over those 13 years, we've got to send hundreds of kids to camp. Kids that wouldn't have got that opportunity. Kids that get to experience an amazing week that they just wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Lately, we've been blessed to do even more. With the growth that we've seen in Wingapalooza over the last few years and some of our other fundraising efforts, we've been able to expand our mission with the grant program. We've been able to provide funding to even more organizations. The CAC, CASA, Harmony House, Lost and Found Grief Center, just to name a few. All organizations that got funding last year through our grant program. And because of what you've done this year, I do believe we're going to be in a position to help even more. A few weeks ago was Veterans Day. That is, of course, a time when we come together as a nation and honor the men and women that served. I served. I know Randy and several others in the Sertoma have served. I'm sure many of you have served as well. We served because we felt a sense of duty. We served because we believed in a cause larger than ourselves. We served because we believed that for the American dream to be possible for some of us, it had to be available to all of us. We serve our community now for those same reasons. And we're not naive about this. We know that we can't solve every issue that threatens the most vulnerable among us. But this is our community. And as long as we have an opportunity to help, we choose to serve. Tonight, we honor you for your service. We thank you for stepping up to help kids in need. We thank you for giving your time, your talents, and your money so that the lives of our youth can be just a little better tomorrow than it was today. So that disadvantaged kids have a shot at fulfilling their dreams. So now I want to ask all of my Sertoma brothers to stand. Raise a glass to all of you. There's always going to be more work to do, but tonight we get to celebrate a shared success. We get to give thanks for what we have and that we're in a position to give back. I want to thank you for all that you do. It has been my honor to serve with you this year, and I hope to see all of you again at Wing of 14. God bless all of you. Cheers.